In this video, we're reviewing Jurassic World Rebirth and going prehistoric with a tropical rum cocktail called the Spinosaurus. Today, on the Martini Shot. Hello and welcome to the Martini Shot, the home of movie reviews and movie-themed cocktails. Before we get into the review, let's whip ourselves up a drink. We all have our favorite dinosaurs, assumingly, and mine is the Spinosaurus. I don't know, it's just kind of a cross between like a T-Rex and a raptor, and it has a really cool spine on its back. For a 5-year-old Brandon, that shit goes hard. So this tropical cocktail is somewhat inspired behind it. I tried to kind of go for the color palette that the dinosaur usually has, and we're gonna be using half of a cocktail umbrella to kind of replicate that signature spine. The cocktail itself is going to be a bit of a riff on a Mai Tai. It's going to have pineapple and coconut flavors to it. It can make any island you're on an island adventure, even if you end up losing everything from the waist down. Let's get into it. This will be a shaken cocktail, so go ahead and grab yourself a cocktail shaker. First, we're gonna be starting with a little bit of fresh lime juice at 3/4 ounces, followed by cream of coconut at 1/2 ounce. And now for our alcoholic ingredients, we're gonna be adding a little bit of orange curacao at 3/4 ounce, followed by 1.5 ounces of pineapple rum. Now go ahead and throw some ice in your shaker and shake to chill. From there, grab a cool little glass, fill it with ice, and go ahead and strain your cocktail. And we got one more ingredient that is going to be a floated layer of dark rum. I would recommend slowly pouring it over the back of a bar spoon to get the nice layered effect. The amount you use may vary, but I probably wouldn't try to go over an ounce. And then if you take a cocktail umbrella, cut the bottom out, it kind of looks like the fin on the Spinosaurus, and you can go ahead and place that right on top of the cocktail. And there you go, now you have the Spinosaurus. First off, don't do what I did. I put way too much dark rum on top. I did it more for the aesthetic so the cocktail would look good, but for the taste, those first couple sips are gonna be exclusively dark rum, so I would definitely reel back on that. Just have a nice thin little layer on top. But once you get past there, it opens you up to a really nice blend of the pineapple and coconut flavors. It's so bright, so refreshing, a little bit tart thanks to that lime juice. This is a very simple tiki-style cocktail to make, one that I think is gonna be a pretty easy crowd pleaser. Everybody thinks dinosaurs are cool, and this drink is gonna be no different. Now that we have our drink, let's get right into the review. There are many eternal questions of the universe that we have still yet to figure out. Who was D.B. Cooper? What's inside Area 51? Is there such a thing as a good boxed wine? And most recently, how the f*** is it so hard to make a good sequel to Jurassic Park? I refuse to believe that a movie about dinosaurs running amok is such a lightning in a bottle idea that it is simply impossible to even come close to the magic of that first film. But Lord, has Hollywood tried, first with a trilogy that started strong but soon spiraled out, followed by another trilogy that started off decently only to nosedive to the center of the earth. I didn't think things could get worse after Jurassic World Dominion unless you were actively trying to torch the franchise. That bloated nostalgia fest pretty much sealed the deal for me that this franchise was eternally stuck in the past, cursed to spin its wheels in place until the next warranted meteor hurtled our way. But like a fool, I had hope. Gareth Edwards is a director that understands scope and grandeur. Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are phenomenal actors. Maybe, surely, this time will be different. Never mind, just hit us with the meteor. Jurassic World Rebirth is the farthest thing from a rebirth. It's less of a rising from the ashes, a bright and proud phoenix, and more of a regurgitation of those leftovers you knew you should have thrown out, but curiosity got the best of you. The story is painfully flat, while the characters are devoid of any worthwhile personality or traits that makes them worth caring about. Sure, the dinosaurs and the environments look great, but the magic and wonder of the original is artificially recreated in a way that elicits no real emotion. Everything about it is so redundant and pointless, bringing nothing new to the table except new strains of mutant dinos, which isn't even a new concept for the series. Nothing about this movie warrants its creation, so take it away again, Jeff Goldblum. 10 years after the events of the last film, a pharmaceutical exec, a paleontologist, and a few mercenaries travel to a restricted island to retrieve blood samples from 3 dinosaurs that may hold the key to curing heart disease. Their voyage inadvertently coincides with a sailing family, and the group shipwrecks on the island, now at the mercy of the dinosaurs that inhabit it. But there's far more than regular dinos to deal with, as the island is actually a testing facility that was used to create new, nightmarish monsters the world has never seen. Because, you know, science. For a series called Jurassic World, they sure do love returning to the same old type of locale. At the end of the last film, dinosaurs inhabited nearly every corner of the world, hinting that man and beast would have to find a way to coexist. So what does this film do? It kills almost all of them off because of the inhospitable climate and makes our main characters go to another Jurassic Park. Why are they so afraid of making a movie that doesn't take place mostly in a jungle setting? For all of its flaws, Dominion at least toyed with the idea of dinosaurs being in different areas of the world, but this film quickly walks that back. Do we really need another movie about researchers wading through tall grass and tall trees while avoiding dinos? Where is the world part of Jurassic World? This franchise should have been in full-on apocalypse dominated by dinosaurs by now, but whoever is calling the shots seems so afraid of pushing the envelope even the tiniest bit. Maybe this would be a bit more forgivable if the characters were memorable, but these have to be some of the most nothing characters the series has seen yet. Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and Jonathan Bailey are great talents, but this movie does absolutely nothing with them. Johansson and Ali are mercs with shoehorned tragic backstories and squeaky clean moral compasses for guys who break the law for money often. There's no real character arc to them, their tragic past is never really expanded upon, and overall they're just planks of wood repeating lines. Jonathan Bailey's character doesn't even feel needed. He's just there to tell us what a dinosaur is and why it's doing things. There's no emotional stake to his decision to go, he just needs to be the guy to explain everything because all of these movies have that. There's a family that gets entangled in their mission, and honestly, the movie should have just been about them. The overprotective dad and the slacker boyfriend are the best characters in the film, and they could have benefited from more of the film's focus. Honestly, just swap the groups from side characters to main characters and vice versa, and you've got a much more interesting movie. The film also has a really weird pacing problem. The setup for the main characters is painfully rushed, breezing past any semblance of personality or reason to get behind the characters. Once they arrive on the island, however, everything slows down and the film really begins to drag. There's just too much downtime between each dinosaur encounter, which wouldn't be an issue if it was padded with some half-decent writing. But every attempt at humor or earnestness is so painfully dull and unoriginal. It's time to move beyond the environmental and nature subtext of the series because there truly seems to be nothing left to say about it. The film vomits word salads about humanity's place in the world, but can't manage to say one thing that felt original to the series or even somewhat thought-provoking. But while it's trying to call upon the past, it fails to nail what made the original so endearing. The dinosaur encounters are a mixed bag, ranging from retreads to reheated nachos from the first film. That terror and suspense just doesn't come through despite some admirable attempts. While the more adventure-y moments don't really surprise you or blow you away despite the ever-consistent special effects. The Rancor Cloverfield-esque mutant dino is cool, but it's hardly used in a way that makes it memorable or scary, appearing near the tail end of the film to do a whole lot of nothing. In an attempt to simplify and go back to basics, Jurassic World Rebirth has consequentially forgotten to present anything new that warrants you wanting to watch this over the original or any of the others in the franchise. Devoid of any human identity and coasting off admittedly beautiful visuals, Rebirth is the kind of safe, nothing movie that will no doubt succeed at the box office off of name recognition alone, but will struggle to find a space in any corner of your mind. I just cannot understand how these aren't better. It shouldn't be that hard, and yet here we are. This is less of a rebirth and more of an afterbirth, the discarded waste left behind by an actual miracle that you should probably pay more attention to instead. For my rating, I'm giving this film 2 Snickers wrappers out of 5. Oh yeah, a Snickers wrapper makes everything go to hell in this movie. Cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Martini Shot. If you saw Jurassic World Rebirth, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. If you like what you saw here and would like to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me across all social media channels. Those links are down in the description below. And if you enjoy movie reviews and movie-themed cocktails, be sure to check out my website, martinishot.blog. Until next time, thank you again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Live deliciously, but please remember to drink responsibly.